Today, our topic is the isosceles triangles. There are two learning targets, so please copy down on your class workbook. Number 1. I can apply the base angle isosceles triangles to find the unknowns in triangles. Number 2. I can apply properties of isosceles triangle to find unknowns in triangles. So as you can see, today our target is finding the unknowns. Using the two reasons, this is the first one, and this is the second one. So now, let's look at the figure. Do you still remember which type of the triangle ABC is? It is an isosceles triangle. So, for every isosceles triangle, there are two equal sizes. In this case, AB and AC. Number 2. There is a vertical angle between the equal sizes. Number 3. Opposite to the vertical angle, there is a base, in this case BC. And then lying on the base, there are two base angles. In this case, angle ABC and angle ACB are the base angles. So now, if you float the isosceles triangle into half vertically, then you may see that the vertex C and the vertex B touch together. Then you know that the angles on the vertex B and the angles on the vertex C are the same. And also, there is an axis of symmetry AD here. And so, let's talk about the properties of an isosceles triangle. There are altogether 4 in total. Number 1. If AB equals to AC, then angle ABC equals to angle ACB. It means that the base angles are equal. Here. Okay. And if one of the following condition is true, then other two conditions are also true. Point 2. In BD equals to CD, then angle BAD equals to angle CAD. So that means the angle on the top lies on the axis of symmetry. And then point 4, AD is perpendicular to BC. That means we can draw a right angle in between AD and BC. So there are two reasons. If we are talking about the base angle, we use the first one, base angle isosceles triangle. If we are not talking about the base angle, we are talking about the other angles. For example, the top one. Or we are talking about the perpendicular lines, AD, okay? Then we are going to use the second reason, property of isosceles triangle. So now, let's apply the two reasons to solve the problem. Example 1. Can you find the x in the figure for me? Since x is one of the base angles, then we need to make use of the base angle isosceles triangle to say that the two base angles are equal. So this is our first step using the base angle isosceles triangle. And then later on, we have all the three interior angles here. Then that means we can use the angle sum of triangle. The sum is 180. So by solving the equations, then we know x equals to 66 degrees. Example 2. In the figure, can you find the x for me? Once again, since x is one of the base angle of the isosceles triangle, then we need to apply the base angle isosceles triangle. Just like this. We need to say that the two base angles are equals. and that means both of them are x. And then later on, since this 120x degree is the exterior angle of the triangle, then we can make use of the exterior angle of triangles to sum up the 2x, and then it will be equivalent to the exterior angle 120x degree. By solving the equations, x will be 64 degree. So, how about other lengths besides the base angle? For example, in these questions, in the figure, QRS is a straight line. Can you find the value of x and y for me? So now, the equal sizes are PQ, and PS. But now, we are not talking about the base angle. We are talking about the x and y. So that means we are using the right angle here and also using the equal sizes. Then we apply the property of isosceles triangle to say that RS is equivalent to QR, and therefore x equals to 3. Once again, we can apply the property of the isosceles triangle to say that y equals to 37 degrees because these two angles are the same. So, another example. In the figure, ABC is a straight line. If AD equals to CD and AB equals to BC, find the value of x. So, let's start. Since the triangle ACD is an isosceles triangle, and also we know that AB equals to BC, then we can apply the property of the isosceles triangle to say that DB is perpendicular to AC. So we can draw a right angle here and here. Okay, and then since this is one of the isosceles triangle, and then we can use also the base angle isosceles triangle to say that the base angle, angle A and angle C are equal. And then later on, we focus on the triangle BCD. There are 3 interior angles already, so we may apply the angle sum of triangle. The sum is 180 degrees. By solving the equations, then we can find out x is 44 degrees. And so, that's all about the video. Let's make more practice on using the worksheet.